So right now we're going to do translations and reflections. So, on a grid, say there's 5 lines on the x-axis and 5 lines on the y-axis. And you have a slope of 1/2. It would translate, if we're going to translate it, 3 spaces to the right, it would still have the same slope, and then all you'd have to write out is that the line translated three spaces on the x-axis. And then for reflection, say you have a point at 0 and 3, or 3 and 0, 0 and 2, and then 5 and 2. If you reflect it across the y-axis, then the points would move to -3 and 0, the 0 and 2 would remain the same, and then the 5 and 2 would turn into -5 and 2. And then all you'd have to put is that the line reflected across the y-axis. Next is line of best fit. There's our scatter plot. Okay, so the first point is 0, 0. Then it's 0 and 3. And then it's 1 and 2. And then it's 4 and 5. So for the line of best fit, you'd want what starts at 0, which is the origin, and then flows through the origin perfectly. So the line of best fit would only go from 0, 0 to 3/2. Next, we're going to do systems of equations. We're going to do a 3-variable system. So these are my 3 written equations. And now we're going to start with 1 and 3 to solve for. And we're going to solve for y, so you have to multiply the equation by -2, which is going to turn into this equation. Next you subtract, so it's going to be x plus 3z equals -2. So that's going to be the first equation. Next we're going to do 1 and 3, which is going to be x plus 2y plus 3z equals 12. It's going to be negative x plus y minus 3z equals 7. And we're going to solve for x on this one. So, I'm going to multiply the equation by 2. Actually, by negative 2. And that's going to convert into x plus 2y plus 3z equals 12. And 2x plus y minus 3z. Oh, excuse that mistake. Negative 2y plus 6z equals negative 14. Once again, you subtract. We're just going to leave us with x plus 9z equals negative 2. It's going to be our second one. And then we're going to do steps 4 and 5. So we're going to have these two lined up. And then once again, we're going to subtract. And all that's left is negative 6z, and 0 does not equal negative 6z. So the answer would be no solution. And that's our final answer. To reflect on my learning, I could have definitely done better by studying more. It's kind of my concern and a problem I have because I'm so busy with sports and my job. But I did learn transformations very easily from playing my bass, actually, because I think of the bass as lines. So for example, here are all the lines, all the strings, and every time I'd play somewhere on my bass, I would think of it as I'm reflecting somewhere on either the x-axis. So for example, if I was on the A string of the 4th fret and I reflected up to the A string, or I translated up to the A string of the 2nd fret, I just reflected 2 frets over. And then for reflection, if I were to be playing the E string on the 2nd fret and then I were to reflect past the A string onto the D string of the 2nd fret, I would have just reflected over the y-axis when it's standing straight, or if I have it to the side, it reflects over the x-axis.